Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd, and my channels and so many others out there exist for one reason and one reason only. People don't trust the legacy media anymore. That's why they're called the legacy media anymore. Why don't people trust them anymore? Well, because for years and years and years, they continue to fill us lines with saying, oh, this thing's going to be the most wonderful thing ever. It's fabulous. It's great. It's so wonderful. You're going to love it. It's the bestest thing ever. And then, of course, it comes out and audiences see it or watch it, or it's a video game that they play and they go, this is hot garbage, this is a buggy mess, this is a trash story, and then of course it turns into the disastrous dumpster fire either at the box office or of course with all of the gamers out there completely and totally rejecting one of those. And one of the absolute worst places that you have seen of all time is Kotaku out there. And why do these people continue to do this? Why do they send these lies out there and they tell these untruths? Well, there's a reason we've called them access media. There's a reason why we called them shill media for so long, because they shill for these companies in order to make sure they keep getting their access. We have heard this time and time again from people that used to be shills for these kind of companies. I mean, you can go over to Clownfish TV and listen to Neon and Geeky Sparkles talk about the fact that literally if you did not do things exactly the way Disney wanted, if you did not take the right pictures, if you did not put the right Instagram things, if you did not say the right stuff about their products, you would lose access. You would get uninvited to their things. And what does that mean? Well, if you lose access, that means you lose money. You're not getting the first looks. You're not getting the previews. You're not getting all of this other kind of inside information that the general audiences and the public aren't getting. So that's why they do it, because it ended up working out for money for them. Well, since for so long and this has been going on, and they continue to lie about these products just in order to keep their access, guess what? They've eventually completely and totally turned off their audiences. It's why my channel and so many other much better content creators out there with much bigger reaches out there that are out there. They exist because somebody had to take it up there, because somebody had to represent what the people are saying out there, boys and girls, the honest opinions of them, and trying to go, hey, yes, you're not crazy out there. You're not the only one who sees this garbage. And Kotaku is one of the worst places about there. They have been completely and totally down with the spirit of the age and promoting all of this cult content for a very long time, lying directly to your face, saying this was the bestest thing ever and you're going to love it and adore it, while absolutely the majority of people out there, especially gamers, hated all of this garbage. And today, boys and girls, as you know, the trailer for Intergalactic Heretic Prophet, yes, Naughty Dog and Sony's next big game coming out next year, the trailer came out. It got absolutely roasted and obliviated by all the fans out there. And of course, Kotaku, none other, is out there going, oh, it's the bestest thing ever. I'm so excited. Ooh, I'm all tingly all over. And now, of course, because the beauty of the internet, because the beauty of social media, and because the fact that they're nothing more than a bunch of lying, shill, access media, Uranus, legacy media garbage, we have all got to call them out for it publicly. And this roasting of Kotaku, and so rightly deserved, boys and girls, is just chef's kiss of a beautiful thing. And that's exactly what we've got to bring you here today. Because as you can see over here from fandompulse.substack, Kotaku gets roasted for immediately shilling for Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. And shout out for John F. Trent going out there and doing all the legwork for us and of being able to find all of these wonderful comments out there, boys and girls. But honestly, you can go out there and all you have to do is go look at the comments on the videos, because Sony's trailer still has their comment section open, unlike Naughty Dog's. And why did Naughty Dog close their comment section, boys and girls? Because of comments exactly what we are going to read and bring to you today. And some of them are probably going to be from some of your favorite content creators out there as well, and maybe some that you don't know. But this is the people's voice being heard, boys and girls. This is why the legacy media is essentially dead, and the new media, the people's media, has risen and is just a bunch of common sense folks out there that are going to be honest with you and give you their actual opinion and not lie for access, because guess what? We don't care. We'll play it with you. And the beauty part about that is because you know you can't trust the shills, you know you can't trust the access media, and you certainly can't trust these big corporations anymore, you all feel the same way, which is why the majority of gamers out there will now wait for a game to come out and get reviewed by their most trusted and favored reviewer out there long before they will ever listen to the likes of Kotaku or IGN. And this today is just another glorious example of why the legacy media is dying, and they have done it to themselves. So we're going to check out this article from fandompulse.com and get into all of the juicy details. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a in the comment section down below. Do you have any lovely comments that you'd like to give to Kotaku out there? Let us know about those in the comment section down. Is there a particular one of these you found absolutely hilarious and was just gut-wrenching? Let us know after the video's over exactly which one of those you thought about it. Let us know in the comment section down below. And if you do enjoy our content, and you can, please check out the links in the description down below. It would really go a long way to help keeping the grease flowing between our gears around here. So from fandompulse.substack and John F. Trent, and obviously sponsored by the next Gillette commercial out there, ladies and gentlemen, oh boy. Following the release of Naughty Dog's new cinematic trailer for its upcoming game, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, Kotaku was the first in line to shill for the game, and gamers weren't having any of it. No, we are not anymore. The outlet published an article titled, Naughty Dog's Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet trailer has completely won me over. Oh, color of shock there. By John Walker. What do you want to bet? John Walker's got pronouns in his bio. So John describes the game as a fighty game that seems you battling evil robots rather than some sort of survival sim. Ooh, a fighty game. Is that a technical term inside of video game journalist speak? I don't entirely sure about that one, boys and girls. He goes on to claim that he instantly liked the character design and personality of Jordan A. Mum. Yeah, that one, the best that men can get. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm sure you're being completely honest. I'm sure about that. I'm sure that really got your cackles up in there, all up in a tingle. Yeah, no. Walker explained, Mun, played by Tatiana Gabriella, which once again is a much more beautiful person in real life than they of course made her in the game, is just so immediately personable. She's twinkly-eyed, gleeful in her refusal to follow her agent's advice, and thanks to some stunning motion capture and art, conveys vast amounts about her character through the smallest expressions. I want to hang, except neither of us would actually want to hang. We'd nod at one another and then sit at separate ends of the ship. Oh, it's just so relatable to this character. I just already know. I feel them exactly. I feel so represented. I feel so seen on this character that obviously looks like a trans man. Oh my God. I feel so seen. These people are pathetic. The mental gymnastics, no wonder they're all a bunch of addicts out there. Like, how else could you live with yourself, lying to yourself all day long? Next, he admitted, and while the hiring a robot with a sword element of the trailer didn't exactly make me leap out of my chair in delight, I'm finding myself in the weird position of being delighted that this is a Naughty Dog game. Oh, you mean like after all of the wonderful fan reception from Last of Us 2, you know, the thing that garnered them like a 50% on the Metacritic score out there? Yeah, that thing, that company? Oh, I'm color rush shocked there that you're super excited about this. Despite at my, not exactly enthusiastic history with the studio's output. Oh, you mean back when they actually probably made good games? Yeah, I'm sure you probably hated all of those. But you're gonna love this, and I'm sure you're gonna tell us it's gonna be Game of the Year while we all watch it flop and turn into a disastrous dumpster fire and lose hundreds of millions of dollars for Sony and everybody else. But of course, Sony's gonna make this a PlayStation exclusive, so we're not even gonna get our wonderful Steam numbers, but that's okay, boys and girls. As we have seen time and time again, there are plenty of people inside of the industry that are just as sick as all of this stuff as a lot of us outside of the industry. So trust me, eventually the truth will come out. Finally, he surmised, actually, maybe I'll bother to grind through yet more hitting robots with swords if it means I get to experience acting as good as I saw with this trailer and the story deserving of that character I'm in. Okay, first off, let's just go ahead and stop him right there. As anybody who has ever watched a cinematic trailer in the past, 99 out of 100 times, maybe there's a few more exceptions than that, but the gameplay generally doesn't barely hold a candle to what the cinematic trailers are done. And the best part about this is normally the cinematic trailers are done by a group outside of the company. So guess what? This character is going to be even uglier in the game than what we see in the cinematic trailer. So yeah, Once again, how much does he actually know about the video game industry? How many cinematic trailers has he actually watched in the past and then compared it to gameplay? He thinks it's probably not as high as many of you out there watching this video. However, he then hedged, of course, it could end up being a stinky poops. Oh, professional journalism at its finest, ladies and gentlemen, in 2024. The game might be stinky poops. A critical term you likely aren't familiar with. Aren't I so clever? Worship me, Poke! I don't know. No one does. Forming conclusions on this game after a single trailer would be perhaps deeply stupid. But if needless to say, I think that's probably the understatement of at least the day, if not the week. I would say the year, but holy cow, the year's not done yet, boys and girls. It could get so much worse than that. The trailer could be perhaps deeply stupid. It is. But if I'm going to allow myself a moment of vibes, enthusiasm, all of the games in that teetering pile of commercials, this is the game that got me. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm sure this kind of nasty, disgusting representation that will end up turning out that this game will be nothing more than exactly what we've seen time and time again. A disastrous dumpster fire. It'll probably be a broken and buggy mess, just like Star Wars Outlaws was, just like the remaster of The Last of Us 2 was, because these people, just like we have seen time and time again, will concentrate on identity politics above everything else and will ship something that is not ready to go. Don't believe me? Star Wars Outlaws, boys and girls. So, of course, this is the internet. It didn't take long whatsoever before all of you beautiful, fabulous members of the media out there, because yes, if you post your opinion on social media, you are absolutely the new media, boys and girls. You have made your voices heard. And shout out to Eddie Mon. I think he just crossed like 300,000 subscribers. I remember seeing him like 6 months ago. He was at like 50K. Dude, shout out, man. You are blowing it up over there. But holy cow, Eddie Mon out here right there. Kotaku likes woke slop. Also, water is wet. More at 11. Yeah, color us shocked there. Kotaku's out there shilling for this game. Macro Art says, Kotaku doesn't even make their own opinions anymore. They just inverse whatever general popular impression is and live on the hate clicks. Because, of course, boys and girls, it does work. I mean, a lot of people put woke in their titles. I know Eddie Mon does it all the time. I've done it before in the past. And trust me, you will get plenty of hate. Those videos will do well in the algorithm. Doesn't exactly get you the most subscribers, but it does get you a lot of activity. And Kotaku knows that as well. They know anger and enragement works, which is why you should avoid their website like the actual plague, which I'm sure probably most of you do, which is why you come to videos like this, so we can report on what those idiots over there are saying to you, and you don't have to give them any revenue. You can give us revenue as well. By the way, think about becoming a member. Check out the links in the description down below. All right, now we've got another one here as well. Enilis says, if Kotaku says a game is good, I don't buy it. LMAO. And exactly, this is the same sentiment across the majority of the gaming industry out there, actual video gamers who buy and play these games. That's why channels like Eddie Mon, channels like so many of these others out there, channels like mine are all growing and slowly replacing these people, because guess what? Nobody believes you anymore. The emperor has no clothes on. John Douglas, another great follow out there on social media. Kotaku holding every L imaginable. Yep. I mean, look at that. Look at all this. Is wonderful right here. We've got, of course, Concord in the back of this and all of that. I mean, it's just the purple lipstick. I mean, this is just absolutely wonderful. Shout out to Kangman. Kangman's a good dude out there. Kangman goes, yeah, you like space lesbians. We know. I.e., obviously, Star Wars The Acolyte. Well, that wasn't The Acolyte. Yeah, it was. That was The Acolyte. Oh, yeah, that was a Mini Power Mini. God, it's been so long. It's so bad. It's hard to remember all of this. It's hard to keep how much garbage is straight inside of your mind out, boys and girls, just like it's hard for them to keep all of their lies straight inside of their heads. It's absolutely mind-boggling the amount of shit that is out there right now. And Kotaku's opinion is just the latest example of that. Fed right here says, wouldn't play it if you paid me. Non-binary. And of course, this is the one little stuff that like Grums has come up with now, right? With the whole, we are non-binary. If it's anything like Sweet Baby Inc. or if it's got pronouns in it, I love this movement. I think those guys out there, I think Grums is doing the Lord's work. I absolutely love this stuff. Keep it up, because this is absolutely beautiful and so very justified. Use their own terminology. The one thing the devil hates the most is to be mocked. And boys and girls, if you have not realized that these people are doing the devil's work, I don't know how much more more I can convince you that evil is real. I just really can't. The devil really hasn't tricked you that he doesn't exist, because that's what they hate the most. Mock and ridicule them boys and girls, turn their own phrases back at them. Just like they were like, oh, woke's the next greatest thing ever. Well, now we've turned it into a derogatory term because we know what it actually means. So throw their garbage back at them. Be a proud, non-binary. No, thank you. Non-bi, don't buy, no thank you. And of course, we carry on. Stellar Arcades. LOL, imagine believing that ham-fisting wokeness is a replacement for good gameplay, engaging story, and cool-looking character models. Nope, I'll save my money again. I guess all you at Naughty Dog will get out of this is your government-funded ESG grant. But no sales profit. Wokeness is killing gaming. And he's absolutely right. All we have to do is look at the numbers, right? The numbers are in the toilet across the board on average. There's obviously a lot of great games that are still coming out and doing gangbusters and all that other kind of stuff. But a lot of this stuff from the AAA studios is absolutely turning into nothing more than a disastrous dumpster fire. It is so filled with this ideology that it just fails miserably. And that's the exact same thing that is going to happen to this game. And I cannot wait to bring that information to you, because this is what it's just going on there. Look at this. Vixen, of course, the classic. Put a chick in it, make it lame and gay. This is why your opinion is irrelevant now. And shout out to South Park for going ahead. They needed to go farther, if we're going to be completely honest, but the fact that they were going after these people and calling them out for their garbage was just a beautiful thing. And I think it was an awakening point for a lot of the normies out there to really understand what's going on out there. So shout out to South Park doing the Lord's worth. Maldonado, somehow, that's exactly what we expect from you, Kotaku. This is why you're failing. Exactly. That's why the legacy media is being replaced. And shout out to the Hijabi Gamer. She is an awesome lady out there. Go check out her stream. She's super nice. She's super sweet. She has a huge thing for this game. I can't remember what the Corpus game is, but she absolutely loves this game. She's a huge fan of it. She's a really sweet girl. Go check out her stuff. Go follow her on social media. Hijabi Gamer's great. She says, if Kotaku likes it, we know it's going to be trash, and then it's going to financially crash. And yes, ma'am. History doesn't just repeat itself, it also rhymes. Boys and girls, none of us out here are any kind of psychics. None of us are kind of geniuses. Well, we might have a few of them in the fellowship, but I'm certainly not under that one. I am just your humble common nerd, after all. It's one of them situations where we can study this. We can see how this has happened. There's a reason why people wake up to red flags. There's a reason why there was this giant backlash against Sweet Baby Inc. and these other corporate and these other groups like them out there, because we knew if they were involved in a game out there, it was going to be a disastrous dumpster fire. It's not hard to look at how these patterns repeat over and over and over again. And that's why the gamers out there have woken up to this nonsense. So they're pushing back against it. That's why every time they see one of these red flags, boom, ding, ding, ding. I mean, what was that big samurai game that came out and everybody was so excited and it was loved around the world? And then of course they introduced a female protagonist and everybody went, whoa, wait a minute, what are you doing? Because we have seen this happen time and time again. It's the same thing with Witcher and having Ciri. You know, before it probably wasn't a big deal to have Ciri as the main protagonist, but because of the current environment we have find ourselves in, everybody's freaking out over it. And guess what? These AAA video game studios and Naughty Dog especially, you know, the company that used to copyright strike and try to take down channels that were critical of them in The Last of Us 2. Yes, that Naughty Dog has done this to themselves. So blame the fans all you want. Get mad at our reactions. Kotaku, continue to shill your nonsense and your garbage. We're going to continue to call this out, and more channels like mine are going to pop up all over the place and continue to replace you and make you as irrelevant as the dust you came out of. Because they're not going to stop. There's a lot of these companies out there. There's a lot of these legacy magazines. They're never going to turn around. You know, and even if they do try to turn around, it's too little too late. They've lost their viewership. They've lost their relevancy. They've lost their trust. They have done generational damage to not only themselves, but the gaming industry as a whole by continuing to go out there and lie about these things. Where generation says, oh, well, this beautiful protagonist that looks like a man, but it's supposed to be a woman and talks like a man and walks like a man. No, she's so stunning and brave. She's so beautiful. She's so wonderful. And it's like, they literally want you to believe against what you're lying. They want you to believe that good is bad and bad is good. They want you to believe that evil is right and that villains are the good guys. We have seen this happen time and time again throughout all of the storytelling in the modern era. And Kotaku is just another shill out there that's going to continue to come out there and can call this and continue to go out there and shill for all of this kind of stuff. And we're going to continue to call them out for it because we need to drive these people into irrelevancy. We need to make sure that the generational damage that they have done to the gaming industry and gaming journalism as a whole is never repeated in our lifetime. We must be good watchers on the wall and make sure this never happens again. And never forget what Kotaku has done in the past, what they have done to the gaming industry, and never give them the benefit of the doubt ever again. After all, they've done this to themselves, and they're getting exactly what they deserve. Shill some more. Your access doesn't matter anymore. Thanks for watching.